Guys, Tyson with Golf Ascending. Today I am doing a little DIY project. As you guys know, I have a whole bunch of Bettinardi putter head covers. Kind of ran out of room of where to put them, and so I'm going to be building a rack today with my dad that's going to have hold up to 50 head covers, have a spot for my putters in the middle, and some towels. So I'm just kind of going to take you through the process here and kind of show you what we got going on. Right, so here are the boards that we're going to use kind of for the frames. I think it's a like NDF board, so this is like what you use to like put framing around doors, just kind of for that extra touch. So this is what we're doing here. So we got 3 of these bigger ones for the frame, and then we've got these 2 smaller ones. These are going to hold the pegs for the head covers. And lastly, we've got this thicker one right here. This one is going to be used for a shelf on the top. So I'm gonna actually put some driver head covers, fairway head covers that are just gonna kind of sit on top here. So that's what I'm using that for. All right, so for the frame of the head cover rack, we are making it 4 feet tall, so we're just making marking here at 4 feet. And this is an 8-foot board, so we're just basically gonna cut it in half essentially, and we should have 2 pieces to one of the sides of the frames. All right, so now that we cut those pieces to exactly what we want, we're using the piece to measure exactly the same. Okay, so just so you guys can see, this is kind of the plans I'm going off of. So we just cut the boards for these pieces right here. So these are gonna be about 4 feet each. And now we're gonna cut this frame, these guys right here, which is gonna be about 17.5 inches each. All right, so we've got 4 of these for the other part of the frame, the other one's here. We are using this to measure for the peg boards. So the peg boards are going to be the same as the frame board. All right, so here is the first frame taking shape. So we got that 4-foot board here, and then we've got the smaller one here. So we're going to do a board here at the top, and then at the bottom here. All right, so slight hiccup. We didn't drill the pilot hole deep enough on this screw, so we did have a little bit of a fracture here, but it's still held in there pretty good. We're gonna make sure and get the pilot holes deeper into the piece of wood here, so we shouldn't have that problem again. All right, so 1 frame down. We're going to duplicate that. And then in between this frame, this is where all of the little pegs are gonna go. So we've got these little pieces. These are gonna hold the dowels that are gonna hold the head covers on. So it's taking shape, 1 down, 1 more to go. All right, so we have the 2 frames done. Now we're going to work on placing those little peg board things for the head covers. So look pretty good. We are going to install this in 2 pieces. On my drawing, I have a center piece here that is gonna hold my putters. So we're just working on the 2 frames right now and go from there. All right, so we are drilling pilot holes where the pegs are gonna go. And we're going to use this one as the master for this stack right here. So we're gonna drill all the way through, and then these are again the pegs that are, or these are the pieces of wood that are gonna have those dowels over there. We're gonna cut those to size and sink those inside. All right, so here we are doing the sinkhole in the back for the screw. So see how that hole's just a little bigger, so that way the screw fits in. And that way it will reach the dowel. On the back side there. We've only got a couple more left of those, but this is kind of what the finished product looks like of these. So on the back we've got the thicker hole for the screw to go into. And then the dowel will pop off this way. And that's where the head cover will be. So looks like we got the paint started on these dowels. These dowels are going to be the pegs that are going to hold each head cover. So we're going to cut these to about 6 inches or so each. We should have enough for about 50 head covers is what we're going to do here. All right, so we are cutting the dowels to size. So we're marking at 4.5 inches. And so each of the dowels will be 4.5 inches long, and so we're going to start cutting them. All right, so with the dowels, we decided to be more efficient and do 4 at a time. And so this is what we're doing. So we marked one of them at 4.5, and a little bit. Of one cut. Yep. All right, so we've got 50 pegs here that we cut with the chop saw down to 4.5 inches. Now we're drilling pilot holes in each of these so that the screw can go in for each of the peg holes. So what we're doing here, we're using the drill press. See, we've got a little piece of tape right there to kind of show us that's how deep we want it to go. And we should be good when we finally drill these guys into the little hanging area. All right, so now what we're gonna do, since we got those pilot holes in the pegs, I'm actually gonna start prepping the boards that they're going on. See, I've already got this one screw in here. So it's just poking through a little bit on the end there. So I'm just gonna put screws in so that my dad can screw in the pegs, and then they'll look like this. So, like that on the board. So yeah, assembly line system. Made famous by Mr. Ford himself. So yeah, here we go. We're just gonna screw this one in really soft. Just like that. It's in there. We got 2 down. Hey guys, so after doing the dowels here, we kind of went over. I showed you guys that we did the pilot hole with the drill press, and actually what I learned is that the drill press might not be, needed or the best. I actually found that if we put the screw in the back here first all the way through, and then we just took the dowel and just compressed it and hand twisted it on there, it actually made a tighter fit, and we could actually be more precise with like the center of the dowel. But overall, they're all on pretty tight. We had a couple hiccups just on like the last 2 pegs, but everything turned out really good. So yeah, I'm really excited with what it's looking like. It's actually looking like the project that I had in mind. Okay, so here are the finished pieces with the dowels on it, and then as you can see, I've mapped it out for the frame here, so you can kind of see kind of what we're going for here. I brought 2 head covers, so that's what it will look like. Pretty excited. It fits really good. As you guys can see, the spacing is perfect, so we'll be able to throw on 3 more head covers right there. And so what it's going to be is 5 by 5. And then we'll have this little, we're gonna do a little shelf right here. This is just a place marker, but should have 25 on one frame and 25 on another. Really excited. Hey guys, about to go into Home Depot. As you know, with projects, you know, you're gonna have to run back to Home Depot at least once or twice on top of that first visit. So I'm gonna go in there. It turns out that you know, as we were making it, I wanted to do another addition to it, and so we're gonna go get kind of a thicker dowel to go across the bottom, and I'm actually gonna swing some of my players' towels over that dowel. So we're gonna do that. You guys will see that shortly. You know, adjusting that with the current frames that we have, and gonna grab some other things, and then I'll show you kind of where I bought the material for the frames as well. Just kind of do a little run by there, and maybe we'll see if they have any like felt or like turf grass that we can grab to kind of put underneath our putters that are gonna stand up there in the middle. So gonna head into Home Depot, and should be good. All right, just walking to the wood section right here. So this is the stuff that we used right here. So as you see, that shelf board that we got, it was this finished elegance board. So $6.71 each on the thicker one for the shelf. We got one of those. And then we've got, for the frame, we got this one right here, this $8.32 one. We got a couple of those for the frame, and then we got the really small ones here, so the $5 ones, and that's for the pegs for the head covers. All right, so we decided to make a little bit of change at the bottom here. So we got a little bit of a longer shelf that we're actually gonna just be able to put other golf stuff on. And then we decided the bottom support is gonna be this towel rack here. So this is what we've done. We just adjusted the frames. So now we are going to put these guys in, and this is going to be done using a nail gun, just because these are a little bit smaller. We just don't want to split the wood with a screw. So that's what we're going to do. I will give you an update during the process. All right, so we finished the first one. We nail gunned it in. As you guys can see, we've got the little teeny holes. That made it a lot easier. So I'm really excited. That's kind of just like a overall look of what it's gonna be. And on to the next one. We'll just do the same thing. All right, so we decided on the shelf in the middle to use a router and cut this little section in here so that I could put my coins and divot tools in here. So that way it kind of holds like that. So we're actually gonna, this was the test piece, so we're actually going to be doing that with two pieces here. So I'm gonna have two shelves with, and this one actually is thicker, so we're actually gonna put two little slits in here for the coins and the divot tools. All right, so here is the final product. We decided to put in a couple shelves. As you guys saw with the router, we've got those little slits in it so it'll hold like coins and divot tools. We got a place for a towel rack here to throw over the players' towels. And we have this up here, so I want to pay attention to this. So this is to hold, what this is like a broom holder. And so these hooks, maybe it'll work here, jeez. Anyways, these hooks go down and basically the weight of it holds the putter and sticks down. I'll show you when we actually hang it up in the office, but overall, this is it. Alright guys, as you can see, I have hung up this putter cover rack in my office. And look how amazing it is. I was surprised at how massive it looked in my office, but it is such a cool thing to come in here and look at and see my collection. Some things that I want to point out that are really cool about this. So the first thing I want to go to is the way that these putters are hanging up here. So I mentioned in the video earlier that these are hung up by a broom rack, okay? And so there's actually nothing really holding it into place. It's gravity that's doing the work. So I'm gonna show you how this hangs up in here. But all you do is you just stick it right up in there. And then once you let go, the weight brings it down and it's secure. And so as you can see, I'm holding 5 putters here, no issue whatsoever. And so this is something that, was a really cool kind of innovation that we had during the process, which turned out awesome. We ended up getting this kit, this broom kit that had, it was multiple of these little sections here. And so we actually just cut part of it off and just kept it to 5 because that's what fit. We spray painted it white, stuck the hooks in there, and that's what we have. The other thing that I want to kind of show in more detail is these shelves with the router here. So see how I've got these markers and things that are being held here. So this was also a last second addition, and I just thought it was really cool that I could put my pitch mark tools, my ball markers. I found some golf stickers that fit really good there, a scorecards, just a whole bunch of random stuff. And then as you can see on the outsides, you've got room to put some more random things. Right here we've got, a rangefinder box. This is Blue Tees. Look for the video on that. That's coming up shortly. We've got some Pro V1, some grips, a holder for the metal right here. Just overall, it looks fantastic, and I'm super happy that I did it. and it has saved me a lot of space, and it's really cool to look at. Alright, so as you guys can see, I've got exclusively Bettinardi on here, with a couple exceptions of my favorite sports teams. But, you know, this by no means is Bettinardi exclusive. You know, if you guys collect American Flatsticks, Patrick Gibbons, Sugar Skull Golf, Swag Golf, you know, you have Scotty Cameron covers, you know, Odyssey Toulon Workshop covers, you know, anything in that realm. This is a great way to store everything, display it, show it off to your friends when they come over. You know, it's just really just kind of a cool trophy case to show, you know, your collection. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, make sure and hit that like button. Subscribe for future content. Brady and I upload golf content every week, and we'll see you next time.